I'm here with Paula, and can you tell me your last name so I don't confuse?
Gerbase.
Gerbase.
Very simple.
Okay. Tell me about what you're doing with Woolrich and what Black Label means.
Okay. Black Label is obviously a women's line, so it was about taking a feminine product out of an inherited masculine heritage. And the way I did that is to look at the purity of the Woolrich garments and the function of them. And in fact, there's quite a few details that can be used in both. And in my own work, I contrast masculine and feminine anyways. And in this collection, I've done it with fabric and I've done it with proportions and shapes. So for example, there's a wider t-shirt, which I've cut very wide, and I've rendered it in a silk georgette. And I've done a print, which is the classic Woolrich check in black and red. I've done that in navy, and I've oversized it. So it's playing with proportion and contrast of fabrics, for example, nylons with wools, but then having them both very, very lightweight so that it drapes more, and things like a very heavy boiled wool with nylon detailing. So I feel like the purity of it was there and the function of it was there.
So in your own dressing, I mean, you're doing exactly what you say. I mean, to pull away, you're wearing a beautifully draped top with skinny pants that could be like on a rock star or something, a guy rock star, right? But high heel boots.
But quite masculine ones at that, maybe.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I think I probably play with that more than I would think. I don't like things when they're too girly, but I think probably it comes from my background because I trained in Savile Row, but I studied women's wear at St. Martin's, so I think the contrast's always been there, and I guess that's something I've carried through into my work.
So Cassie had a question. She made a good point about the hair.
Yeah.
Like there's two different things going on, so we were a little confused. Usually it's all pretty uniform.
I know.
I see like the modernized, almost like a pompadour, but it's very, like I said, modernized and loose. So I'm just wondering, what inspired you? How did you pick which models were going to have their hair down and which models were going to have it up?
The girls that we had, some of them are quite distinct, and I think that it was important to focus on their characters as individuals rather than having them all look the same.
Yeah.
Because I look at that with clothing as well, and in fact, the looks that they have are very much based on how they look, and so the hair was a consequence of that. So some jackets have very high collars, and I felt the girl could carry it off, so the hair was inside with just. And then some looks, I felt like it was a looser, more draped look, so the hair is looser. And then some looks have a more elegant neckline, and then I wanted it up to show that off. So it was really a case by case, and I felt that was the most natural way of doing it. That's how women would wear the collection, rather than me having. I think it's a focused vision, anyways. I don't need to have these like very strict haircuts all the same for it to stand out. It's really about enhancing the freshness of each girl.
Thank you.